well in to the mid-30s out there today. So, make sure you keep a bottle of water on you at all times. Get that sunshine cream, but it's going to be an absolute scorcher. Loads of great tunes to get you through your day as well, all with Pem's Paving, as we do love to play you some feel-good music on a Friday. I cannot believe it's the Pembrokeshire County Show next week. Frightening how fast that's come along. And I've got Society Trustee, an all-round absolute legend and a great friend of ours here at Pure West Radio, Brian Harris, with us here in the studio this morning. How you doing, Brian?
I'm very well, Toby. Always a pleasure to join you in the studio.
Yeah, it's great.
Really good. Pleased to be invited, yeah.
Oh, thanks ever so much for coming in. I can't believe after all of this planning that has been going on, it's here next week.
Yeah, it is. And
it's
I'm not just saying it, but it's looking really good. Looking back to where we were when COVID came in, the society itself was under threat, but with the sudden change in everything. And financially, we were facing a difficult time. But a small group of trustees with other support from volunteers and members, we managed to turn it around, and it is now absolutely financially secure. Last year, we had a token show after missing the previous year due to COVID. We had a token show with restricted numbers, but it just kept the whole thing ticking over and kept everyone involved connected, if you understand. But this year, it's back with a bang. It's fabulous, and the anticipation and the feel-good element of it all is just fantastic. Really looking forward to a brilliant 3 days, or 2 days, I should say.
Yeah.
It is 2 days.
2 days, 17th and 18th. I mean, we've seen all of the hard work that's gone into it, and I think that the biggest change, as you've said, Brian, is there's gone from a full backroom staff. Sadly, they're all made redundant during the pandemic. Very difficult time financially for you, and now it's a group of volunteers that's had to put this together. And hats off to you all. It's no easy feat, but nevertheless, it's going to be one of the best shows.
Well, interesting. It's going to be slightly different, but the impact is absolutely going to be there. And as an indicator, the Pembrokeshire County Show has always been a very strong equine show, and people can compete there and qualify for the Horse of the Year show. And this year, we are very close to having the highest equine entry ever. We have got over 300 trade stands. We have more machinery and sort of engineering type stands than we've had for years. And that's just, the industrial side of it. But there's a lot of new stuff happening. We've got a new area which focuses on food production and craft work from Pembrokeshire companies. And we've got over 50 are taking part in that.
Fantastic.
And that's a new addition to the show. And we have a new food court there with professional companies cooking and selling food to the public and what have you. So all in all, it really is looking as good as ever, but in a slightly different way.
I think it's safe to say, isn't it? A lot was maybe learnt from last year's show, where there were no crowds, but it was more focused on the agricultural show. It was a bit more less commercialised, safe to say.
Last year was all about not losing the connections. To go for 2 years with not having a show, it might have been difficult to come back from there. But what we had last year, and we learned some important lessons. When you come to the show this year, those of you that have a good memory of previous shows and how it used to be, the main ring where all the activity with the animals and what have you take place, all of the close ring locations were sold to corporate companies. They would pay a lot of money, and then they would have their clients on the ring side to watch the events. And in some areas of the showground, it would have been difficult for families to actually see what's going on. Well, we learned last year that because we didn't sell all these corporate pitches around the showground, people commented continuously how wonderful it was to have the ring out in the open, with no restricted view anywhere. And we've taken that on board, so we've restructured the way, and everyone has moved away from the edge of the ring. So now, wherever you are on the showground, the ring is the central point, and it's something we've learned from that small event last year, and we've responded to it, and it looks and feels really, really good.
I think an important element as well is, you as trustees, you're cemented in agriculture in Pembrokeshire, or, you have various different connections. You're at the Royal Welsh, you go to other various shows around the country, so you know what works and what doesn't. And I think it's probably been a culmination, isn't it, of all of those years of experience that have led to this show this year.
Yeah, and also, we mustn't lose sight of the fact that the whole of Pembrokeshire is a rural kind of agricultural place. I know we have lovely towns and villages, but they're all interconnected. The children from farming families go to the schools in the towns and the villages, and a lot of the companies or the places of work from people who live in villages and towns sell their products to people who live in the countryside. We all depend on each other, and it's the biggest event of the year in the county and always has been. Pre-COVID, it was estimated it would bring about £6 million to the Pembrokeshire economy. Obviously, this year, we're aiming to get close to what it used to be, but time will tell. But certainly, we're back very close. We expect to be pretty close to what it was before. But we must get away from this thing of it's farmers and it's people who live in towns and villages. We all need each other. Pretty well everything that goes on in Pembrokeshire, we all buy and sell, or we all. It's quite interesting. A good comparison. I'm president of the Haverfordwest Male Voice Choir, and that's based in Haverfordwest. And I would say half the members are either farmers or people who work out in the rural communities, who come together with people from the outlying villages around Haverfordwest, people who live in Haverfordwest, and it's a fantastic combination of people from everywhere.
Yeah.
And it kind of tells the story of how people should look at the show as well.
Yeah.
It's all of us. There will be people bringing craft work and small little cottage industries to the show this year to display their goods, an opportunity for everyone to see what's going on. And these people will come from all areas of the county, and it is an exhibition of the best of what goes on in Pembrokeshire for everyone to see.
It really is a great spectacle and event. I know we are so excited about it here at Pure West Radio. On the Male Voice Choir as well, Brian, they were performing at the Edge Festival a few weekends ago. Absolutely fantastic. What a way to open the festival. It was truly magnificent. It really was. Now, tickets are on sale right now for you to get to the Pembrokeshire County Show. It's pemshow.org. So head over there now to get your tickets. That's pemshow.org. We are the official show of the county show station. So, we're totally buzzed. We're going to be on 87.7 FM, keeping you up to date with all of the latest traffic and travel news. So we'll get everyone into the show and out of the show as quickly and as safely as possible. But also, we've got quite a lineup. Now, I know you've already seen this, Brian. What do you reckon to what we've got on the stage this year?
Without doubt, this is the best ever. You've probably been involved for, many years.
Many years, yeah.
And what you've got for the public this year, the ticket price has been reduced this year substantially. It is now £15 to go for an adult, £10 for a child under 5 is free. And which I think is good value.
Yeah, it's very reasonable. The price of everything's going up right now, and you're putting your prices down. So.
It's two glasses of wine, basically.
Yep.
People are happy to pay £15 for 2 glasses of wine. But I have to say, and maybe we can talk a little bit more about what exactly is going on there for families and children later. But what you've got waiting for the visiting public, that's worth 15 quid.
Yeah, easy.
On any day, the entertainment, the non-stop entertainment that you were providing on both days, but that would be worth 15 quid to anybody. And
a bit of an exclusive for you. If you're tuned in right now, you will hear what is on our stage before anybody else. So kicking off on the Wednesday, we have Vision Arts. We've also got a very special guest coming down, the Welsh Whisperer. I know a real favourite of yours there, Brian.
He's an incredible young man.
What a performer.
And he's come up through the ranks of young farmers, but he's really big in the Welsh language scene. But he's a very engaging young man, and he writes a lot of his own material. And the songs generally have a humorous content, but they're about local people, local towns, villages, companies, whatever.
Yep.
And he's a big hit within the Welsh community, but he's coming to our showground. I was really impressed that you got him to come. because he's a much sought after.
He's a very busy
and
man.
he really knows how to whip up a great atmosphere. Yeah.
Doesn't he just? That's going to be at 11 o'clock on the Wednesday morning for us. Also, we've got Ricochet. We've got our team from Haverfordwest High Radio joining us. I can't wait to see them after the summer holidays. They're just a wonderful bunch of young broadcasters. We've also got the Welsh choirs. We've got Ragsy joining us for the entire day and afternoon. He'll be joining us on air with a performance also live on the stage. Vision Arts will also be joining us for another performance later on Wednesday afternoon. We've got the FF Dancers, a farming roundup to look at all of the daily action. Also, Matt Baker will be doing a performance to close the stage on the Wednesday. Then on the Thursday, we've got it all going on again with all of those acts booked again in for the Thursday, with the addition of Slack, a wonderful band from Haverfordwest High School performing. Choirs for Good will also be joining us, and we've got a very special finale for you. We've got Chris Didcote and Steve Bartram performing on our stage, Kelly Williams School of Dance, and also Matt Baker and I will be performing on the stage to take you into your Thursday evening. So it's a big lineup. We're broadcasting live from 6 a.m. till 7 p.m. as well every single day. So make sure you come and join us at this year's Pembrokeshire County Show. It's quite the lineup there, Bri.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Like I said, that is worth the entry cost on its own. But we've got a zip wire there this year.
Oh,
what we
fantastic.
haven't done this year, because I think we've learnt the lesson that paying thousands of pounds to watch somebody on a motorbike jump over a bus is not the best way to spend our money. And but we've got lots of interesting things for young families, and a lot of it is educational. We've got a zip wire there, which you won't catch me having a go at it.
I'll have a go on that.
I'm too old for that. And our countryside paddock, we've got lots of interesting things which the children will enjoy. We've also got like an educational. If you go down to where the focus of the cattle are, they got a big building opposite where Pembrokeshire College is, and all the cattle will be there. But we've got an area there which is educational for young children, a sort of simple message about what happens in farming and things like that. So we've got a little an area for football enthusiasts, children.
Bro.
Yeah. So there's lots to do there, and an awful lot to eat, and
It's always
a lot to enjoy. There's going to be a great atmosphere. I can feel it already.
Oh, there really is. I mean, in the Pure West radio area that we have at the county show, we have got food vendors and a bar with us. We've also got some of our very good partners and sponsors. We're going to be there with Tea and Milford Waterfront. They've got a weekend stay to give away and some cash to spend at the waterfront. Oggy will be there with their VR headsets, and you can go into that virtual reality world with Oggy. I can't wait to see that. Also, Sandy Bear, our chosen charity of the year, will be there with Pembrokeshire Lottery, who of course are giving away some cash. A-Spec Windscreen are going to be there with face painting for the kids. So yeah, it's going to be a really incumbent area for the family. It's somewhere you're going to be able to spend a couple of hours with us there. And also to top that off, we've got lots of guest speakers. We've got Pembrokeshire County Council joining us. We've got the new Chief Whip also having a chat with us as well, which we're really looking forward to. The very first live interview as well with the new head honcho at PCC. Also, we've got the social team with us from Pembrokeshire County Council. We're also going to be in talks with Carl Williams from Synergy for your health, fitness and wellbeing advice. Andy James joins us from the Camrose Vintage Fair, and a whole heap of other guests with us on stage, including two of my favourites, Reverend Neil and Sophie from Alive and Kicking, and also we've got some very special guests joining us. As I said, Ragsy, mentored by Sir Tom Jones from The Voice UK, will be with us on both days, all day broadcasting and performing. He's actually staying at my house as well, so hopefully he'll do a bit of cooking for me, because he's a mean chef in the kitchen,
right.
Bri. He is a mean chef as well as a singer-songwriter. So yeah, what an action-packed couple of days we've got. I'm really looking forward to this show, bro. I think it's going to be different, but in a really positive, family-orientated fashion.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
The show this year is all about Pembrokeshire, and one of the lessons we learnt, we would invest money, as I touched on earlier, bringing spectacles from outside the area, thinking it was great entertainment, and of course it was. But we've reassessed everything, and it absolutely is now the Pembrokeshire Show, and it's
fantastic,
focusing on everything that's good about not only what happens in Pembrokeshire, but our communities, and one big event to bring them all together, from towns, villages, the countryside, because we are all interconnected one way or the other.
We certainly are.
Throughout the year.
And you're only one person away from someone that you will know in Pembrokeshire as well. Fact. So there'll be lots of faces that you will recognise up at the show.
It's going to be a big party, I think.
It really is. We cannot wait. Tickets on sale right now, pemshow.org. Make sure you get them there. Plan in advance. We'll get you in and out of the show, all your traffic and travel news, all of the latest information, everything you need to know here on Pure West Radio on 87.7 FM. We're broadcasting live every day from 6 a.m. till 7 p.m. So I guarantee you will have all the information that you need on Pure West Radio. Brian, thank you for everything you do for the show, for the wider community. You're an absolute superstar, and it's been great having you with us here this morning. Thanks for giving us a bit of an insight.
Always a joy to be in your company, and good luck next week. And whatever time I can get away from my official duties, I'll be spending it in your little patch.
Oh, fantastic. We cannot wait. Brian Harris, Trustee of the Society, thanks for joining us here on the show this morning. I think it's fitting, really, to play a bit of the Wurzels. What do you reckon? As you booked them for the sellout show at the county show at the Park House. What a night that was. Here's the Wurzels on Pure West.
I drove my tractor